Alright, in this video I'm going to try to show how you can create a truth and a false state, or truthhood, in monodic theory. So the main start would be making sure you're talking about the Moo universe. Make a couple of assumptions that this already is available, both of those, and then something called that, and these can exist because I said monodes can be labels, and so we have those in indices, and then these labels will be indices, and then they're unique. So the whole idea of truthhood would be something similar to this. So you do a beta operation, you're going to bind, and these will be IEMs. They don't have to be, but it's just easier to use them right now to illustrate this. So we have true. We're going to bind it with 0. This gives us a neighborhood where M_true and M0 exist, and I'm going to give this neighborhood and a label, and we'll call it T. And also we'll use the M1. And then we'll put this in the neighborhood. Call that F. So this essentially right here creates a sense of truthhood. Not sure if I spelled that right. Anyways, so that essentially these neighborhoods right here are truthhood neighborhoods. So anything that's bound to either one of these in this neighborhood becomes part of that neighborhood. It becomes part of the neighborhood of T, gives it truth. So you get a true and false. What I need to do next is I need to be able to define what not and or means in monadic theory, using this true sense of truthhood with the neighborhood. So when I figured that out, we could do a lot of you can use it for a lot of logical consistency. I haven't gotten that far, just getting the idea of truthhood. You could even, and this is just an example, this is just illustrative, but you could say that Q equals M_true M0. No, it'd have to be a separate neighborhood, but you could say like that as a state. However, we're not going to use that terminology right now. It isn't built in or developed in that. And then I wanted to explain a little. Each side of a I'm not sure what they call it. Production, construction, transformation. I don't know. I don't really have a term in each side of these. You'll have the operation with the values being operated on, and then the result. Kind of that. The only other thing that I need to figure out how to develop is a way to recognize if, like an operation that can recognize what's inside a neighborhood or what monodes are being activated. I haven't quite gotten that far, but this is the idea. Just so there's a chance, a way to get truth values out of that. And so if you do, say you have M2 beta M0 with M2, this is actually going to put that in the truth neighborhood because M0 is already bound with M true. So anything in that neighborhood will go into that neighborhood when it's bound together. Something along the lines of that. Still work in progress, but hopefully I'll be able to pursue a little bit more of this throughout the summer. All right. Thank you.